Hello and welcome back to One Piece a Week. I'm here with my desirable co-host Richard. Okay, Richard, say hello to the internet.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Oh, wait. Oh, no. I accidentally looked at a later page and I saw Mihawk.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
Mihawk
Damn it.
already? I wasn't expecting
Okay, damn
Mihawk to
it.
come back so soon.
I think it was me. Oh, well, yeah, he had the cross. Yeah, okay. Shit. Damn.
Okay. Spoilers! This is
Yeah, I'm
we're
sorry.
watching One Piece a Week.
Am I on the right? Yeah, it's
Well,
volume 11 we're on,
it
yeah?
would be pretty. Yeah, some of them are all fashionable on the front. I can see your cover.
They're all fashionable. They are rather fashionable.
It'll be wild if Mihawk shows up in this fight. Uh, like at the end, if Mihawk just comes to beat Arlong. In fact, that's all of One Piece. Every arc ends with Mihawk showing up and beating the boss from now on.
I would not like that as a storytelling choice.
No, it'd be terrible. But let's think in continuity. Like this Arlong fight is happening like the same day as the Baravi, or like at very most like one day later. So like
I less than a week, I'd say, yeah.
I would say significantly less than a week because they went straight to Fishman Island, and your man came back from Fishman Island before the.
Well, they never went to Fishman Island.
Okay, not Fishman Island, the Arlong Park. They
Arlong
went
Park,
from
yeah.
Barati to Arlong Park, and before the fight with Don Krieg was finished, Yosaku or Johnny, I can't
You,
remember which, had already come back on a fish, which you think would be slow, had already come back on a fish to the
oh
Barati.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he had already been there and back. So like it's pretty close geographically. Like
Mm,
unless that fight against Don Krieg took like 3 days, unless that took significantly longer than it seemed. Like this is
mm.
hours after the Mihawk fight. So like Mihawk is in the pretty close direct vicinity. We don't know how he travels because I think he just showed up. He didn't have a boat of his own.
He was just on a piece of like floating debris.
Yeah. So I don't know the
Um,
speed at which he can travel and floating debris with a sheer aura, but like he is still in the local area. This is very recently, and that's why I guess Zoro is so injured. It's like it's a few hours later,
yeah,
most likely. Like maybe we
yeah,
can
that's a good
stick in a
point.
night somewhere there, after Luffy and Co arrive, a rest.
Mm.
But I don't think so. It's pretty tight.
I like the idea of Mihawk not having like a conventional transport like a ship. He just stands in the center of his little bit of flotsam and just wherever the waves take him.
Uh, just
That's how he gets around. Maybe he can
wondering.
control the waves. I don't know. I suspect we'll see a character at some point that can control the
Well,
waves
I
and the currents
I
in the sea.
hope Mihawk doesn't have any kind of devil fruit or magical power. I hope Mihawk is just like a completely ordinary human like Zoro. He's just like ridiculously skilled and like better
Can
than
can I
Zoro.
make a guess?
Okay.
Neither Mihawk nor Zoro are going to be are ordinary humans. They're going to have some
Uh,
bullshit,
I hope not.
some Naruto style bloodline inheritance magic. I'm the son of the great sword master, blah blah blah, or I'm descended from the sword master king of the past, or some
Well,
bullshit
but
like
you
that.
can be descended from someone without giving you magic powers. I
Well,
hope
obviously they're descended from someone. Everyone's descended from someone
so.
because
Without you
presumably
can
they
be
were
descended from
born through.
someone notable without getting magic powers from the bloodline. Okay.
Well, I think it's going to go the magic bloodline route because that's how fucking every manga goes. And I say
Okay.
that, and I've read like four manga in my life. So
Well, I think that might be the case for Luffy because I've seen like occasional complaints about how Luffy like was apparently just an ordinary guy, but like later revelations, maybe he's not. I'm not sure. I don't have the
yeah,
full context, but that's kind of like a pop culture osmosis spoiler I've kind of got.
hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
know
Well, you see,
exactly what that details means, but I've seen people kind of complaining about it.
yeah, yeah. You see, in the before time, there was the first pirate who stole the first devil fruit from God, and the the god cursed the first pirate's descendants
No, it was a
to
monkey. The
forever
first pirate was
to
a
the
monkey.
first
It was a
monkey.
literal monkey, and Luffy is descended from that monkey.
Yeah, and he's been cursed to wander the sea. He can never settle. It's kind of like the you know the myth of the wandering Jew.
I've heard of that like title, but I don't really know the full myth. I don't like actually
Yeah,
know the story.
yeah, I don't really either.
Why'd you bring it up in comparison then? That might have
Because
nothing to do with what you're talking about.
no, but it's the same kind of vibe, right? It's like a curse that forced you to wander the earth.
I don't know if it's the same kind of vibe. I don't know what the Wandering Jew is.
No, yeah, it was like one of the Jews at the
Okay.
crucifixion or something didn't help, and he was cursed to wander the earth in penance
None
or
of the
something.
Jews
I
are
don't know.
crucifixion help.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this one guy got singled out.
What about the sect that like got him executed?
Yeah, I
They,
don't know about the Romans.
they
I
had
think
no curse there.
The Romans are equally as as culpable
Well,
here.
I don't know if you read the Bible, like half of like the Jesus stuff is just like Roman apologetic like propaganda saying, yeah, we don't blame the Romans, that's Pilate was cool. He washed his hands of it.
Mm,
The Romans were fine, give to Caesar what Caesar wants. Like it's so clearly written because the Romans are in power and like they didn't want
yeah.
to, you know, make enemies with the people in power. So it's like, yeah, yeah, look, the Romans are fine. We're cool with the Romans. It's it's
Yeah,
it's this sect of the Jews that we're slightly different from that they're the ones that are to be blamed.
you'd think the Romans would come in for a little bit more censure, given they like physically drove in the nails, but I guess anyway,
It's
that's my theory for the entirety of One Piece is that the first pirate lord was cursed by God to wander the seas. Um,
but we've seen Luffy age. We've seen him age from like a young kid to like a teenager.
yeah, no, I'm not saying it was Luffy. I'm saying it was his like great, 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 great,
Okay, his
great
ancestor. Okay,
in the age of legends kind of
it's
vibe, you know?
the original monkey, Mr. Monkey. Okay.
Yeah, who
All
became
right.
the original pirate.
We better get to the manga. We're on chapter 94, and we have an interesting title here. Chapter 94, The Other Villain. Maybe that's me off. But who could this be referring to? The other villain. Like Arlong's our villain. Luffy? Is he the other villain?
Nami?
One of Arlong's minions?
Could be Nami.
Nami? Maybe. In the background here, we're seeing Nami's sister, and what's the guy with the leader of the village?
Oh, Genzo, was it?
Genzo. Yeah, and Genzo's happy, and it's nice to see Genzo happy because as a character, he's just been miserable every time he's been on page, right? He's just kind of
Yeah,
been
when is this supposed to be? Like, is this
uh
after? Is this before?
do these ever take place in continuity?
I mean,
Well, I guess the
yeah.
Flash Sideaway
Like,
ones with like Buggy and now Morgan and stuff take place in continuity. In fact, it's strange that we're going back to just a regular one.
maybe it's
I
a celebration after they defeat Arlong.
What it says above, gonna have a party, and G is uncapitalized as O, which disgusts me.
Well, it's informal, you know. But
Hmm.
you don't want to be too formal about your party grammar, Killian, you know? At least I don't want to
This
be.
isn't grammar; it's punctuation.
Well, now you're just being pedantic.
Okay, so let's get back to the fight. It might be over. The Arlong Park itself collapsed on top of Arlong, and
Oh, and one thing we missed last episode, I don't know how we missed it last episode, was Luffy grabbing Arlong's
he broke the
nose or
nose.
snout.
Yeah, yeah. Our
Yeah, he
commenter,
snapped it.
our commenter said he snapped it. That's the definitive like defeating of him. That's like breaking his sword. That's like
Yeah.
you're while also being breaking his arm because it's a
Yeah,
body.
yeah. I don't know how the hell we missed that.
Well,
I think
I'm gonna go
over
back
my
and see
head.
how obvious it is.
It's
Uh,
it's
it's
it's pretty
certainly
obvious.
it's certainly bent. Well, like the impact. Oh, when he grabbed it. Oh yeah, he grabbed it and twisted it off. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But Arlong still did like that spiraling attack afterwards, but it was broken already at that point, so yeah. Okay. All right, let's get to it. So, crook, snort, woo, thud. Ugh, what's going on with all that racket? Whoa.
No.
Arlong Park is in ruins. Whoa. What happened in there? Who won? With everything destroyed, you don't think Luffy? Okay, Arlong Park being in ruins is bringing up something for me. It's called Arlong Park. He built this from scratch, right?
Um,
It wasn't a building there beforehand that he retooled. He like he
yeah,
said,
it could have been.
hmm. Because I'm just thinking about the property damage here and like whether like he used slave laborers of the village to build it, while also extorting all the money from them, which they have no way of getting, but he did it each week apparently. Uh, Economics of things, but we talked about that already in the last episodes. We went a lot into the economics of it. I don't think it's in the
Yeah,
episodes aired, but like of how much money Arlong was extorting and how little sense it made, and where they
yeah,
would be getting the money from in terms of trade or produce, and how he should have been extorting food off them.
yeah. It doesn't make sense. But I don't need it to make sense. It's not that kind of story.
Well,
But yeah, I mean,
Richard's gonna take time off work now specifically to edit all the old videos and upload them.
yeah. Well, actually, yeah, yeah. If I take a leave of absence from work, which touch wood, that gets approved sometime soon, that'll be one of my jobs.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think Luffy is denying the residents of the island access to vital infrastructure by destroying the entire building.
Yeah, well, like I don't think he had a choice. It did seem to be what was needed to take Arlong down. It's just a bit unfortunate. It's worth commiserating that this was a nice building. Whatever about Arlong's character, the building itself is not evil. The building itself was
Yeah,
a nice big building with a swimming pool that many people could have used.
yeah, yeah. Like, look, Mussolini made the trains run on time, but I don't actually know if that's true. I'm not
People
sure
say
what.
it's true, don't they? But did he build the
Yeah, but
train
this,
stations is the more apt comparison here.
I don't think so. I can't imagine it. Never mind. Anyway.
Next week on One Piece, why Richard's a fascist. Purely
Yeah,
for
let's let.
economical reasons.
Yeah, what do they call a developmental dictatorship or a? I have a book here about it somewhere.
Singapore? I think that's what they call it, isn't
Uh, China as well, but this historian compares. Oh crap! What is it? Nah, I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
it? Okay,
Doesn't
we're
matter.
back to Arlong Park. Okay. Arlong Park is in. Oh, who won? Okay, I read that page. Pop,
Uh,
pop. And if we zoom in really closely, I think that's Luffy kicking. Or is he putting his hand out? Okay, no, he just seems to be standing. Dong! Badass shot of Luffy standing up. Luffy! Wah! Yeah! That's a strange cry. Is he all right? Whoa, Nami! Who's saying Nami? Is Luffy saying Nami? I
yeah,
assume it's Luffy.
clearly.
It's just Luffy doesn't seem to be up for speaking. He seems pretty injured himself. You're one of us now! Thum, thum. We're getting
See,
shot
okay,
hard.
so Luffy is now taking Nami into his ownership, into his form of slavery.
He's
You know, he's
conscripting
not.
him. Yes.
He
Completely
doesn't
different.
matter what she thinks. Doesn't matter what she wants. She's part of the crew now.
She's a woman. She doesn't get to have agency. Hmm?
Well, I presume whilst Arlong Park was collapsing, he found her papers for her indentured servitude, and he has now taken ownership of the
Legally
contract.
purchased them from Arlong. He gave Arlong a
Yeah.
coin.
And look, yeah, and Nami's crying in the next panel. She's upset. She is,
Uh,
once again, she's in bondage. It's
he
not great,
won.
Nami.
He did it, Nojiko. He won. Mr. Genzo. It's like a dream. I never thought I'd see the day. And I'm sure people ship Genzo and Nojiko. They seem like a nice couple to me. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
Genzo's a nice guy. Huh? Rich as well, comparatively. They've all been extorted, but he's the mayor, so Nojiko will be taken care of, and she's been pretty poor all her life.
You make a good case, Rachel. I'm with you on this.
I'm going to
I'll
ship
go to
fictional characters. I'm going to do it for feudal reasons.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, do it for in-universe reasons.
Orlong
Oh
Park has
God.
fallen! Hooray! Hold everything! Kyuk, 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 kyuk. Oh yeah, this Marine dude. I forgot about him. Him! It's my lucky day. I saw the whole thing. Well done. It could have been a fluke, but somehow you two-bit pirates defeated the fishman. Okay, I think I would have liked a panel reminding us he exists and having him observing the fight from a distance. I felt that would have brought some kind of extra tension in earlier, a chapter or two ago, and some extra intrigue, and we could wonder what he was going to do, rather than
Yeah,
forgetting about him entirely until he comes up now.
yeah. During one of the attacks that caused like a bit of damage to the park, he could have, cut to a view from the distance, and then you just see like a plume of debris or something, and he's kind of looking at it or going to follow it up to investigate. Yeah.
Oh, I mean straight up just him looking at it and say, I wonder how this is going to develop, I mean like,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
just out there sinister, like, oh, I will take advantage of this no matter who wins.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, thanks to you, the gold I was supposed to give Arlong and all the treasure in Arlong Park are mine! Throw down your weapons. Your valiant deeds will go on the records of Captain Nezumi of Navy Unit 16. Ah! Okay, it seems like he's not actually going to achieve much because
No.
injured Zoro is sending him away, which I'm kind of disappointing. I'm waiting for the Marines to actually matter in this story. I get the impression from the vibe of the series overall that it's pirates, Luffy's crew, and Marines. It's like this worldwide conflict. And that's the way it's set up in the first few chapters with Morgan, but the Marines have just been useless fodder so far.
Well, I'm holding out for Vice Admiral Garp to beat that losing record, to be a competent antagonist.
Wow, that's what I thought when I saw the Iron Fist guy, but he was just designed to be jobbed by was it Sanji and then jobbed by Krieg, only for Krieg to be jobbed by Mihawk. So like the Marines have not comported themselves impressively so far in the story. Now,
Well,
I'm
I think
sure that will change.
one way to get around that would be to show pirates in service to the Marines,
Well,
right? So the Marines themselves don't have to be um,
allegedly that's what
strong.
Mihawk is. But you know,
Oh yeah, he's one of the seven.
yeah, but like the seven pirate lords or whatever they're called, like they apparently work for the Marines. They said there's three forces on the Grand Line. And the only one we got detail about is the one Mihawk's part of, which is like a group of seven who work
Hmm,
for the Marines somehow for some reason, or like in collusion of some sort, which
yeah,
is weird. And I don't know what that means the other two powers are. Maybe some kind of fishman king or something. But like,
and the government is one of them, I think, right?
well, maybe well, I don't, wouldn't mean the government and the pirates working for the government. That would that wouldn't really be two separate factions, would it? Well, I'm sure we'll
Hmm.
see later. Grand Line lore is kind of the things we like the most on this channel. Is kind of things we've talked about the most whenever we get slight sliver of it.
Yeah,
So we will
I need to
see
go. I need
eventually.
to go back to that panel actually and look and see what those three powers were because I don't remember them exactly.
Yeah, I don't think they told us anything about one of them. I think it
Well,
just
we.
mentioned there are three. One of the three are the seven lords, of which Mihawk is one of them. One of
Hmm.
the other lords is Arlong's boss. I think that's the gist of what I remember. But
Yeah, yeah. They
this
said
is like
Arlong was being
January
released
when
by
we
him or
when we read
something.
this. This is before the channel was taken down.
Right, but we also then got some kind of organizational diagram in one of the question corners, right?
That was, I think, just for the Navy, the Marines
Was
themselves.
it?
Yeah, I don't
Right.
think that factored in this Grand Line kind of setup.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
Anyway, we'll see it all in time, but like just at this point in the early story, I want an impressive Marine antagonist, or a Navy antagonist. I want one that actually matters, and I'm sure it'll give it to us at some point. I'm just hoping it's going to be soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Zoro, we're celebrating our victory. Don't be a wet blanket. Don't. Okay, and Captain Nezumi and his men were taken out as an afterthought. Like really? Now I said before I'd like him just observing the battle from a distance. At this point, now I just kind of wish they didn't do that at all. He tries very ineffectively to take on very injured people and loses. Uh, just have him cut his losses and leave halfway through the fight if this is just a plot point that needs to be wrapped up.
Yeah,
They could just
yeah.
be intimidated by how powerful Luffy is and say, "Okay, guys, we're getting out of here. Let's leave with all Nami's gold." just to make Nami's life suffer more. You better not mess with me. I'll make you regret it. Is that Usopp that says that? He's
I think that's Captain.
That's the captain. Oh, Captain Nezumi. Okay, after he's been injured. Yeah, I see the little tail to the speech bubble, if that's the right term. He still doesn't get it. Plop. This is for shooting Nojiko. Oh, and wrecking Belmare's Tangerine Grove. Okay, what's she doing? Is she gonna slap him in the next panel? Because it seems like she's just patting his face.
I thought she was going to stab him with the with her stick, but
I thought
no,
she
I
was
guess.
talking to Luffy at first because the previous panel was like Luffy putting hat on Luffy, and I said, "This is for shooting Nojiko." I was like, wait, did Luffy shoot Nojiko? Speaking of that, Nojiko's swimming down there rescuing Luffy. She probably shouldn't have done that if she was shot like an hour ago.
Ah, she's fine. Don't worry about her.
Okay, so next thing is hitting him with the stick. Not stabbing him, but it seems just giving him a mighty whack. Uh, Captain! Splash. Thank you, Nami. I feel better now. Violence makes me happy.
Well, I would, yeah, in this circumstance.
Hit him 1,000 times more. Okay, oh god, we only have 10 minutes left, and we've got very little of this chapter done. Gasp. Now you guys are going to clean up these fishmen and help rebuild Gosa. And you don't get any of the treasure of Arlong Park. The money belongs to the people of this island. And one more thing. Oh, wow, whatever you say. Give me back my money. Okay, okay. I won't forget this, you rotten pirates. You in the straw hat, you said your name was Luffy? So you're the captain. Remember this. You've incurred my wrath. Now something terrible will happen to you. I'll pay you back in spades. Okay, so Nami's telling him you're going to help out, but he is saying, I'm going to remember this. You're going to regret it. So I'm a bit confused about how much power they have to actually compel this man to do anything and how
Well,
willing.
they can compel him to help. They can't compel him to forget what happened or to not report it to the
Like,
Navy when they let him go at some point. Like they can't
okay.
kill him. Like I would just kill him, but
Well, like,
I guess that's not how they.
they kind of could just kill him. All right, but it seems he's leaving now. So was there a time skip there where they did help out? Where they did clean up the
He's
fishmen and
nah.
leave?
He's going to go get supplies to bring back. That's what he's doing.
Okay, maybe. He says something terrible is going to happen. He did. How did he know about me becoming king of the pirates? What? That's not it, you idiot. Hey, what'll we do if something terrible really does happen? Hmm. Who would imagine we'd be saved by pirates? You never know. Come on, everyone. We shouldn't be celebrating by ourselves. Let's tell everyone on the island the good news. Arlong Park has been destroyed. Okay, but like, what has happened to Arlong? Is Arlong dead? Because, if he's not dead, he's gonna rest up and come back, right?
I like the idea of every villain that Luffy defeats just coming back like 2 weeks later and fucking up the place again. Like as soon as the Straw Hats roll out of
Well,
town,
at least,
Arlong just gets back up.
well, Kuro, his plot was thwarted, so he's not gonna come back. Because the girl he was trying to extort doesn't believe in him anymore. And Don Krieg's probably not going to take his revenge on Barati. He's going to take his revenge on Luffy.
Mm.
Buggy might just go right back to that town, except the town's not very valuable to him specifically. Buggy's just going to go right back to pirating in general. So this is the first example so far where, yeah, it is kind of like, have we actually solved the problem remotely, or is it just going to come back in a week's time?
Turns out you can't solve feudalism by just killing the guy in charge. You need structural reform.
Well, I don't think they even
Um,
killed the guy in charge this time. I think they left him injured.
by just by beating the guy up. Well, okay, we'll get a panel, I imagine, in a minute or two of the fishmen fleeing or crawling away,
Okay. Well, you
or maybe
maybe Nezumi
maybe
took
Arlong
them with
arrested.
him. Maybe
Yeah,
Nezumi
they might
took
be
him with him.
arrested.
Although Nezumi looked like he was in the water, but like Nami told them to clean up the fishmen, so maybe they took all the fishmen away,
Yeah.
and they're going to be in cells somewhere else. Maybe.
Well, some
Anyway,
fishmen
we
concentration camp or something.
this might end up being an over 40 minute episode because we're still got a lot to get through here, and the timer came up for 10 minutes. Anyway, it's all over, Bellemere. It took 8 years, but finally everybody's free. Mr. Genzo, Nojiko, huh? If Bellemere was still alive, do you think she would have stopped me from becoming a pirate? I'm sure she wouldn't have wanted her precious daughter joining those sea wolves. Of course not. Would you have listened to if she tried to stop you? Bleh, absolutely not. They're still at it. Yeah, but it would take a normal person 2 years to recover. It's crazy that he could even move. You numbskull trying to fix such an injury, serious injury yourself. Is there a doctor on your ship? Ouch. A doctor would be nice, but even a musician should come first, right? Why a musician? Oh, pirates sing, don't they? What are you laughing at, Mr. Genzo? I can't help it. There's no doubt about it. You're Bellamir's daughter after all, right? Meanwhile, in Naval Base, Unit 16. Hello, Navy HQ. HQ, this is Captain Nezumi MC 00733 of Unit 16. I have a request. You don't have to shout, I can hear you. Do you hear me? The pirate Luffy wears a straw hat, and his 4 henchmen should be considered enemies of the state. Okay, Luffy and Navy HQ Information Office. Considering how dangerous these marauders are, we must put a price on their heads, Captain, on their captain's head. Yes, sir. I'm sending you a picture of him. Clack, 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 clack. So they've got like a telegraph
But
uh, with
it's a
some kind of
snail.
snail. Is it alive, the snail? The snail seems alive. This is perhaps the weirdest world building element we've seen. They telegraph using these living snail creatures. Presumably they're like quantum linked or something. So what you do to one of them affects the other one.
I don't know.
How else can it work? Why is it a snail? Why is it a snail?
It's
Uh,
called a telly snail.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Couldn't you have taken a better picture? I did my best. That seems like a really good picture from what I can see.
Yeah.
After confirming the facts, I'll request approval from the general staff. We'll get this straight. He's a vicious pirate. I want him dead or alive. Send out a worldwide and all points bulletins for his head. A worldwide? That seems a bit extreme. Okay. All right. Oh, we managed to finish the chapter. Richard, go quickly through the thing there. You have 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Oh, can you
This is what
show
we
that?
have for question corner.
Are you allowed to show that? Ah,
Tree, storeroom, and battery deck. Um, what do we got? We got grog casks, water barrels, food. Pirates drink grog, makes sense. Treasure chests are also stored here. Any treasure not taken by Nami to her room is kept here. There's a cannon, which I wasn't sure if the ship had a cannon, but there we go. There's another one here and two side ports. We have some food storage. We have a stairs to the women's quarters with a latched hatch. We have towels. We have a door to the bathroom. We have a connection to the rudder, and we have a tiller. I'm not quite sure what a tiller is.
isn't it tether to steer, no?
Oh yeah, to the rudder. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there is something that goes to the whip staff in the conference room.
I think that's well
What's
the
the whip
thing.
staff?
I think that's the thing for steering it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that term, but basically we saw the conference room earlier, and that is where they steered it because we were saying like, how can they
Oh yeah.
see where how can they see from that room? You know,
Shouldn't it be on the prow, like where they can see anything?
at least
Yeah.
you shelter from the rain, so if you want to steer in a storm, but you want a pretty nice window to get a look outwards.
Yeah.
Hmm. You know,
All right, yeah. That's chapter 94. That seems to be the end of Our Long Park.
yes. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes next. I guess that's the end of East Blue too. Maybe next chapter is Baroque Works. Or
Didn't we confirm that at some point?
well, next volume is Baroque Works, but we don't know if next chapter is Baroque Works. There might be some
Yeah.
kind of transitional chapters, like between like was it between Buggy and Kuro? We had the chapter with the guy in the box.
Um, Gaimon.
Gaimon, yeah. So we might have a chapter two of stuff like that. I would kind of like stuff like that. Between big arcs, we get a few chapters of
Mm,
world building,
yeah.
relaxation, just catching up with characters before we go right back into more conflict.
some interaction with places and people that aren't strictly kind of these conflict arcs. Yeah,
Yeah, they aren't in dire situations. Maybe people say Gaimon's a fan favorite character. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because like it's the only time the manga actually does that. We actually find a guy whose biggest trouble is that he's stuck in a box.
I cannot believe for a second that Gaimon is a fan favorite character. That is
Or you think
absolutely a lie. That is absolutely a lie.
our commenters were lying to us?
Absolutely.
Well, he's appeared in the question corner, like just being drawn there. So maybe Ota likes him.
Maybe.
Hey, maybe he's coming back. Maybe it's all Gaimon. Maybe the whole second half of the series is Gaimon's quest.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He could be the musician that Luffy um was considering.
I don't think he's on the Straw Hats though. I think I would have noticed it was like on the merchandising for the Straw Hats. Anyway, that's it for
Hmm.
today. Thank you very much. We're gonna get cut off any second. I hope you enjoyed this chapter of One Piece a Week, and tune in
Yeah.
next time where you'll see what happens after Arlong Park.
Yeah. Exciting times. Killian, I will catch you next week. Take it easy.
You too.
Yeah. That's it.